Chosen one, you're about to be rich. The shift has already started, and it's moving in your direction. You've felt it in your chest, in your sleep, in the silent moments where something inside you whispers, something is about to change. That whisper is no longer a prophecy. It is now a confirmation. Chosen one, you are standing at the edge of the life you've always deserved, and what once felt impossible is now showing up with divine ease. You're not chasing anything anymore. It's already here. The blessings are landing, the doors are opening, and wealth, in all its forms, is flowing in. Before we dive into this sacred message, I want you to take a moment, a real moment, to breathe and receive. This video is not just something you watch, it is a spiritual transmission, an energetic shift, a divine announcement that you are entering a new chapter of overflow. Please stay until the very end of this message. Every second of this video is layered with alignment, activation, and coded reminders of who you really are. Comment your warmest wishes below. Drop the sacred numbers 99 and 7777 to signal to the universe that you are ready to receive. And don't forget to subscribe, because this video is part of a larger divine series designed to help you manifest your true desires and unlock the universal energy that brings your deepest wishes into reality. You've waited, you've worked, you've wept in silence while the world thought you were fine. But something inside you never gave up, and that something is why you're being rewarded now. This isn't about a lucky break or a random opportunity. This is a reward, a payout, a harvest from seeds planted through storms, heartbreak, and relentless faith. The wealth that's arriving is not just financial, though yes, the money will show up in surprising, powerful, and accelerated ways. But beyond the digits in your bank account, this is about abundance in your mind, peace in your heart, and freedom in your choices. You're not just becoming rich, you're becoming whole. Every chosen one goes through a stage of isolation, not because you're being punished, but because you're being prepared. You had to be pulled away so your vision could be sharpened, so your strength could be revealed, so you could finally understand that your worth was never tied to approval, applause, or performance. And now that you've passed that test, the universe, the divine order, the flow of life is responding with pure blessing. Not just trickles, not just glimpses, but floods. You might not be able to explain it to anyone around you, and that's okay. Not everyone will understand why you're glowing differently now, why you've suddenly become more magnetic, why opportunities, people, ideas, and resources are finding their way to you almost effortlessly. That's because you're no longer operating from the level of struggle. You've shifted to alignment. And when you're aligned, you don't hustle, you attract. There were days you questioned if it was all in vain, if the pain would ever be worth it, if the promise would ever arrive. Those days are behind you now. Because here's the truth, you've already been seen, approved, and chosen by the higher order. This wealth was already written in your soul's script. It was never a matter of if, only when. And the answer to when is now. You may feel a surreal calm right now, or a strange excitement, or a sense of finality, like something is ending. That's because it is. The old timeline is collapsing. The old version of you, the one who tolerated lack, who questioned their worth, who settled for crumbs, is disappearing. A richer, more radiant version of you is stepping forward now. Not just because you want it, but because you're finally ready for it. This readiness didn't come from comfort, it came from pain. from surviving things you never told anyone about, from healing wounds you never received an apology for, from forgiving people who never asked for it, and from believing, even when the evidence wasn't there, that better was on the way. That belief was the fuel, and now the results are undeniable. Every breakthrough comes with a moment like this, a moment where the spirit gets louder than the mind, where faith overrides logic, where the impossible becomes possible, not because you forced it, but because you aligned with it. This is that moment. This is your shift. Don't be surprised when unexpected money shows up. Don't doubt the favor that's falling on your name. Don't dismiss the synchronicities, the opportunities, the invitations. Say yes, open the door, make room. The blessings are real. The wealth is real. And your life is about to reflect it on every level. From this day forward, watch how the universe responds to your energy. You're no longer sending out signals of fear, lack, or unworthiness. You're radiating power, clarity, and royalty, and that frequency is irresistible. That frequency is magnetic. That frequency is rich. We're not done yet. In the next part, we'll dive deeper into how this wealth shift is rewiring your inner world and why it's attracting exactly what your soul has been asking for. Let's go deeper now. What does it really mean to be rich? Most people have been conditioned to think richness is just money, dollar signs, luxury, numbers in a bank account. And while wealth absolutely includes financial abundance, real richness is so much more than what you can touch, count, or spend. True richness is spiritual, it's energetic, it's internal before it becomes external. It's not about how much you have, it's about how deeply rooted your life is in alignment, peace, freedom, and power. Richness is walking through life knowing nothing controls you. No job, no person, no system, no fear. Richness is walking into a room and not shrinking. It's looking in the mirror and seeing royalty. It's being able to rest, not just sleep, but really rest, knowing the universe is conspiring for you, not against you. Richness is clarity, because when your mind is clear, decisions become easier. You stop chasing things and start choosing them. You stop begging and start receiving. You stop surviving and start designing. That mental richness is priceless, and it's part of what's arriving for you now. You'll notice it in the stillness. You'll feel it in your ability to say no. You'll sense it in your refusal to entertain people, thoughts, or habits that drain your soul. Richness is also emotional security. There was a time when your peace was fragile, easily disturbed, controlled by circumstances. But now, you're being blessed with an emotional upgrade. Your peace will become untouchable. Your joy independent of people. Your sense of self no longer tied to who stays or who leaves. That kind of emotional wealth is what makes your light untouchable. That's what makes you rise. Richness is also time freedom. How many years did you spend watching the clock, worrying if there'd be enough, living on edge, planning every minute because you didn't have space to breathe? That cycle is ending, because real richness gives you your time back. You'll no longer work just to survive. You'll work, or not work, in alignment. You'll create, travel, heal, build, rest, on your terms. That is true luxury. And let's not forget relationship richness. The old, you attracted people who matched your wounds, but the rich version of you, the healed version, you're calling in people who match your wisdom, your power, your purpose. This richness is about divine connections, people who don't just see your glow, but protect it, nurture it, expand it. That's a whole new vibration, and it's part of your blessing now. So yes, money is coming, more than you expected. And yes, you will experience financial overflow that changes your life forever. But the universe is doing something even bigger. It's making you rich in every way. Rich in spirit, rich in identity, rich in purpose, rich in protection, rich in presence. That way, when the material arrives, you'll be able to hold it, to manage it, to multiply it, and most importantly, to enjoy it without fear of losing it. Because the truth is, money without peace is a prison. Fame without purpose is a trap. Luxury without love is empty. But when you are rich from the inside out, when your peace, clarity, and energy are anchored, everything you touch becomes gold. That's the version of richness being delivered to you now. Chosen one, get ready for people to say, "You're glowing," not because of a filter or a vacation or a new outfit, but because your spirit is finally sitting in its rightful throne. You've upgraded on a soul level, and now your outer world is just catching up. You may notice that you start craving solitude again. That's a sign. Richness has its own frequency, and not everyone can be around it. You'll also notice that your thoughts begin to shift, not toward fear, but toward creation. You'll start to dream again, boldly, wildly, fearlessly. That's not just hope, that's evidence. Evidence that you are in alignment with the richness you were always meant to hold. And let me say this, you deserve this, not because of what you've done, but because of who you are. Richness was your birthright long before the pain, the rejection, the abandonment, or the struggle. And now, you're finally stepping into it, fully, freely, unapologetically. This isn't about ego, this is about embodiment. You're not pretending anymore. You're not hoping one day you'll arrive. You are the arrival. You are the gift. You are the wealth. The blessing isn't just coming to you, it's coming through you. And in part 3, we're going to explore exactly how this shift in your inner frequency will begin transforming your external world in undeniable, miraculous ways. Stay grounded, chosen one. The best is already here, and even better is on the way. Now that the richness within you has been activated, it's time to talk about what happens next. Because once your internal world is aligned, your external world must follow. Energy doesn't lie. It responds. It mirrors. And now that your inner vibration has shifted, the universe is rearranging itself to meet you at your new frequency. This is where things start to move quickly, where the blessings that once felt far away, even impossible, begin showing up so naturally it almost feels surreal. But it's real. You'll wake up one day and realize the heaviness you used to carry, that constant weight of fear, survival, and lack, is simply gone. Not because the circumstances changed first, but because you changed first. And now, the circumstances are catching up. Expect this. People will treat you differently, not because you've demanded it, but because your energy no longer tolerates anything less than truth, love, and mutual respect. You'll walk into rooms and be met with curiosity, admiration, even awe, not because you're doing anything special, but because your being is different. You're calm, grounded, sure. That kind of inner richness is rare, and when you have it, the world feels it before you even speak. Expect divine reversals. Suddenly, opportunities that were closed off to you will unlock with ease. Jobs you were once overlooked for, now they're chasing you. Projects that once stalled, suddenly they're flowing again. Delays that felt like denials, they were just divine redirections. You're going to see exactly why some things didn't happen before. Because the universe was saving the best version of those things for the best version of you. Expect money. Yes. Unexpected checks, new clients, random bonuses, mysterious deposits, and chance encounters that lead to overflow. But don't make the mistake of calling it luck. It's not luck, it's law. The law of energy, the law of alignment, the law of divine reciprocity. You've poured out, you've sacrificed, you've waited, you've healed. Now the law says you must receive. This receiving isn't just a season, it's a system. And once you recognize how it works, it never stops working for you. It's a current you step into. And when you stop blocking it with doubt, fear, or unworthiness, it carries you faster than you ever imagined. And expect this too. Certain people will start falling away, not because you hate them, not because you're judging them, but because they simply cannot vibrate at your new frequency. Some people are tied to your old season, and when that season ends, so do their roles. Let them go without guilt. You're not abandoning them. You're honoring your new chapter, and by doing that, you make room for the right people to arrive. People who don't drain you. They activate you. That's part of your richness now. You'll notice your environment changes. You may start craving new spaces, new cities, new homes. Pay attention. Richness needs room, and the life you're stepping into will require a different container than the one you've outgrown. Don't resist the pull. Follow it. That pull is your future, calling you forward. And what about time? Watch how it bends in your favor. What used to take years will happen in weeks. What used to feel like a mountain will now feel like a step. Because now you're operating in flow. Flow with your purpose. Flow with your soul. Flow with divine timing. And that flow, that's your new currency. You'll also see miracles, big ones and small ones. Parking spots at the perfect moment. Conversations that answer silent prayers. Emails, texts, or calls that open doors you didn't even knock on. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. They are the universe saying, you're on the path, keep going. And perhaps the most powerful shift of all, you'll start seeing yourself differently. You'll no longer flinch when you receive compliments. You'll no longer downplay your power. You'll stop asking for permission to shine, because you'll know who you are now. And that knowing, that is priceless. There's no turning back now. You've crossed an invisible line from hoping to having, from waiting to receiving, from surviving to thriving. And this is just the beginning. Chosen one, your light is being noticed in places you haven't even been yet. Your name is being spoken in rooms you've never entered. Your energy is calling in everything that matches your new identity. So hold your head high. Speak your vision boldly. Move like it's already yours. Because it is. In Part 4, we'll explore how to protect this new energy, how to maintain the richness you've received, and how to keep growing it without falling back into old cycles. Because being rich is one thing. Staying rich in spirit, peace, and purpose is the real mastery. And that's where you're headed. You've received the blessing. You've aligned with the energy. You've seen the shifts begin. But now, chosen one, comes a sacred responsibility. Protection. Richness is not just about gain, it's about stewardship. It's about knowing how to carry what you've been given. It's about knowing what to let in and what to keep out. Because the more valuable you become, the more intentional you must be about your energy, your boundaries, your peace. So let's begin with this. Protect your peace like it's gold. Because it is. Peace is not passive. It is not silence. It is not the absence of conflict. Peace is a powerful shield that keeps you aligned, keeps you clear, and keeps you open to divine flow. Without peace, your blessings feel like pressure. Without peace, your clarity becomes confusion. So protect it. Don't just let anyone call you, message you, or dump their chaos into your atmosphere. You're not the dumping ground anymore. You're the sacred space, and sacred spaces must be guarded. Next, protect your time. Richness is time. You no longer have the bandwidth to entertain empty conversations, forced obligations, or meaningless noise, not because you're too good, but because you've worked too hard to heal, to grow, to arrive here. Your time must now reflect your future, not your past. Start saying no without guilt. Start blocking distractions without explanation. Start prioritizing your rest, your vision, and your joy. That is richness. Also, protect your vision. Not everyone needs to know your next move. Not everyone is meant to understand your calling. Some things are sacred because they are still forming. And if you expose them too soon, you invite energies that can distort, delay, or even sabotage them. Keep some things close to your heart. Let your next season speak for itself. The fruit will be your proof. You don't need to convince anyone of anything. Your results will echo louder than any announcement ever could. Protect your energy field. You are now magnetic. You are now radiant. And not everyone will love that. Some people will feel threatened by your glow, confused by your joy, triggered by your peace. That's not your burden. That's not your business. You were not sent here to dim. You were sent here to ignite. So let them feel it. Let them whisper. Let them wonder. You stay focused. Protect your beliefs, because as you elevate, old limiting thoughts will try to creep back in. That voice that says you're not ready. That fear that says it's too good to be true. That doubt that says you'll lose it all. Silence it every single time. Replace it with the truth. I am ready. This blessing is mine. I am chosen for this. Repeat it until it becomes your new baseline. Speak it until it drowns out the old noise. And now, protect your environment. What's around you is either nourishing your growth or stunting it. There is no neutral ground anymore. The friends you keep, the music you hear, the content you consume, it all plants seeds. Make sure every seed aligns with your richness. Fill your space with light, with beauty, with energy that speaks to your elevation. Don't wait for your reality to change, to start living like royalty. Live it now. Your outer world will follow. There is something else too. Protect your stillness. Richness doesn't always show up in loud, dramatic ways. Sometimes it comes in whispers, in divine downloads, in dreams, in sudden moments of clarity. But if your life is filled with noise, you'll miss it. Create time every day to listen, not to the world, but to your own knowing. Your intuition is becoming sharper now. Trust it, honor it, let it guide you, even when it doesn't make sense to your mind. And most importantly, protect your heart. You have gone through so much to become soft again. Don't let this world harden you. Keep that heart open. Open to love, open to trust, open to miracles. Not because people deserve it, but because you deserve to live with an open heart. You deserve to feel life deeply, to receive love richly, to move through each day, not just existing, but truly living. You see, chosen one, this level of protection is not fear, it's wisdom. You're no longer in survival, you're in stewardship. You're not just receiving blessings, you're building a life that sustains them, that multiplies them, that honors them. And that requires awareness, intention, and care. In Part 5, we'll begin unlocking how to expand what you've been given, how to multiply this richness across every area of your life. This is where legacy begins. This is where overflow becomes your new normal. Stay focused, stay elevated, stay rich in soul, in strength, in self-respect. Now that you've received the richness and you've protected it, the next question is this: how do you multiply it? How do you move from receiving the blessing to expanding it, from individual elevation to legacy? Because chosen one, this richness was never just about you. It was about everyone who will be impacted through you. Everyone who will rise because you rose. Everyone who will believe again because they witnessed what overflow did in your life. Your blessing is a beginning, not an ending. It is a seed, and that seed is now ready to grow beyond anything your former self could have imagined. The first step to multiplying the richness is this: know your impact. When you carry light, you don't always see the ways you illuminate others, but they do. When you speak with intention, when you live with alignment, when you move with purpose, people feel it, even in silence. Your presence becomes an activator. You give people permission to dream again, simply by existing as evidence that it's possible. So understand this: your richness is a responsibility, not a weight, but a power. You've been trusted with this energy, with these resources, with this clarity, with this new level of influence. And what you do with it now determines how far it flows, not just for you, but for generations that will follow you. To multiply what you've received, you must start by embodying it fully. No more shrinking, no more playing small, no more talking yourself out of rooms you were born to lead. The world is responding to how you see yourself. If you treat your gifts like they're ordinary, the world will too. If you treat your blessings like they're temporary, the world will echo that fear. But when you walk like royalty, steady, calm, radiant, life rearranges itself around that posture. Multiplication also requires alignment in action. This is not the time to waste energy. It's the time to channel it into creation, into structure, into systems, into vision. You've been dreaming long enough. Now it's time to build. Whether it's a business, a book, a brand, a foundation, or a family, this richness wants to move. It wants to express. Your job is to become the vessel through which it flows. Don't be afraid to invest in yourself, in your growth, in your health, in your wisdom. That money flowing in is not just for pleasure, it's for positioning. Every time you pour back into yourself, you increase your capacity to hold more, to give more, to become more. That's not selfish, it's strategy. A well-nourished you is the most powerful asset you will ever own. And here's another secret: give where you are led, not where you are pressured. Richness is not about rescuing everyone. It's about discernment. It's about knowing who is ready and who is draining, who is aligned and who is attached. Don't let guilt rob you of growth. Don't let the fear of outgrowing others keep you from expanding. You're not obligated to pour into cups that poke holes in you. Give where your spirit lights up. That's where the multiplication begins. Multiplying your blessing also means thinking beyond survival into legacy. Ask yourself, what do I want to leave behind? Not just when I die, But every time I walk out of a room, every time I finish a conversation, every time I create something, legacy is not built in someday, it's built in daily, in the choices you make now, in the consistency, in the courage to keep showing up when no one's clapping, when no one sees. That's the seed of legacy. It's not always glamorous, but it's always divine. And you're not doing this alone. The same force that brought the blessing into your life is still guiding you, opening doors, sending people, whispering ideas, and aligning resources. Stay connected, stay open, stay in motion. Multiplication is not about forcing more, it's about becoming more. When you become more, you naturally attract and generate more. And let's not forget the most powerful form of richness, being able to change lives just by showing up. Your words matter. Your presence matters. Your story matters. Multiply the richness by telling it, by owning it, by standing in it without apology. You are walking proof of what divine timing, inner work, and universal alignment can do. That's not luck. That's not hype. That's legacy being written in real time. Chosen one, you've already seen what's possible when you stop doubting yourself. Now imagine what happens when you fully believe in who you are becoming. You are no longer just receiving blessings. You're becoming the source of blessing for others. That's the ultimate richness. In part 6, we will close this powerful journey by anchoring the emotional and spiritual truth of your new identity. You'll be guided into full embodiment so that this isn't just a moment of abundance, but the beginning of a lifetime of divine overflow. Now that you've crossed the threshold into richness, truly crossed it, not just with your mind, but with your being, something subtle but powerful begins to happen. The aftershock. Not chaos, not collapse, but a deep recalibration. Because once you've elevated into this level of overflow, the entire atmosphere around you starts shifting to keep up. The world, people, places, energies, timelines starts responding to your new frequency. Not the version of you who was begging, proving, or doubting, but the version of you who knows. You are no longer waiting for abundance. You are walking in it. You are no longer hoping for peace. You are peace. You're not seeking permission to succeed. You've become the vibration that makes success inevitable. But here's something you must know. After every quantum leap comes a moment of echo. That moment where your spirit is upgraded, but the physical world hasn't fully caught up yet. You might feel a strange calm or even disorientation. People may not understand what's changed in you. They might still treat you like the old you. Circumstances may lag behind. Don't mistake this for regression. It's not a setback. It's simply the echo before the manifestation finishes aligning. Hold steady. This is where you prove to yourself that your richness is real, not just because of the results, but because of the root. You're rooted now. You're anchored in the truth of your identity. You don't need fast results to feel worthy. You don't need outside validation to feel powerful. You already are. Your energy is reprogramming the space around you. And that reprogramming has a sound. It sounds like doors opening. It sounds like silence getting louder. It sounds like new ideas downloading out of nowhere. It sounds like peace where there used to be panic. And here's what's most beautiful. Your vibration now speaks for you, louder than your words ever could. People are going to feel this new version of you before they understand it. That's why some people will be drawn to you, and others will fall away. That's not rejection, it's reorganization. The new frequency of your life is sorting what no longer fits. Don't chase what's leaving. Don't apologize for your expansion. Don't dim just to soothe someone else's discomfort with your glow. You are allowed to walk in this new world. In fact, you're not just allowed, you're called to. This part of your journey is where the world you envisioned becomes your normal, where luxury isn't something you fantasize about, it becomes your lifestyle, where rest isn't something you earn, it becomes your right, where joy isn't something you wait for, it becomes your starting point. You don't have to explain how you got here. You don't have to justify what's happening. Just walk in it, softly, boldly, quietly, gloriously. You've been prepared for this, even in moments when you didn't know you were being prepared. Every lonely season was building capacity. Every delay was forging depth. Every tear was watering something sacred. And now, you're the bloom. You're becoming the version of yourself that used to live only in dreams. But now, it's real. It's here. And the blessing isn't overwhelming, it's fitting. Because this version of you is not surprised by the overflow. You expected it. You matched it. You attracted it. You don't just have blessings now. You carry the atmosphere of blessing wherever you go. You know the richness was never outside of you. It was waiting inside you all along. Now, this is your time to walk boldly, not waiting for a sign. You are the sign, not waiting for permission. You are the confirmation, not waiting for the shift. You are the shift. The final richness is clarity, knowing who you are without needing applause to validate it. The final richness is stability of me, not being shaken by the winds of gossip, opinions, or delay. The final richness is joy, waking up without anxiety because you finally trust your path. The final richness is generosity, not out of obligation, but from the overflow of your soul. The final richness is power, quiet, grounded, rooted in truth. This is not a peak, it's a beginning. An entry into a new rhythm, a new world, a new dimension where you remember who you are every single day. Not because it's easy, but because it's encoded in you. This was always your truth. The world just tried to make you forget it. So, chosen one, live richly, think richly, love richly, move richly, be richly. Because when you become the blessing, you naturally bless everything around you without even trying. No more playing small. No more questioning the timing. No more doubting the glow. This is your divine inheritance. This is your crown, and you are ready to wear it. Now take a deep breath. Feel it settle in. You're not about to be rich, you already are. Not just in money, but in mission, in alignment, in presence, in spirit. This richness is final. This richness is forever. And this, right here, right now, is your arrival. Congratulations, chosen one. You've entered the realm of divine wealth. Welcome home.